Hey everybody, so yesterday I got it to where the fonts were being emitted to the service so that whenever the user checked selected a font, there would be it would get updated. So let's just say this. Um, I'm just gonna say if I'm just gonna do sort of a cheap, easy hack today, and then we'll sort of formalize it tomorrow. If font equals, and then Helvitiker, I'm gonna say font. I'm just gonna say font equals. I'm gonna change this to Helvitiker font. Hel there Helvitiker, and then this one would be Helvitiker bold. And then just say font. And so it'll just be undefined. We'll see if that comes back to bite us. Font is equal to Helvetiker. Else font is equal to Helvetiker bold. If I remember correctly, it's pretty obvious. Let's just see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it seems like it should. Text, and then I'll just make the height 0.1, and it's Helvitiker, and let's see if it gets bold. Bold. That was bold. That's easy. All right, so I guess that was too quick. What are we at? 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Man, sometimes things go your way. Okay, so let's go ahead and say there's a font list. I'm going to just go up there and look at the font list. Font list. And a font list is a font interface. Let's go to that Okay, so, oh man, that's kind of that was dumb. That was not smart. Okay, so basically, I guess I need to add another thing. Font is a font. And let's see if anything breaks. Okay. Alt tab. So when we create our font list, it's upset about this line here. All right, so push. Let's see, font list, constructor, push, name, promise. Okay, so I don't have it yet. I have it up here. So I'll have it right here. Oh, and it'll be the resolution of the promise. So I guess these need to be moved into here. And then we know that they've all been resolved. So this dot promise regular promise. How do you get the value of that? Then font, which is of type font. And font. Oh. Comma font. And we can just say font. That's the equivalent of saying font, colon font in ES6. If it's the same name, you can just put one. I don't know how I feel about that, but did I do that right? No, this is supposed to be, okay, this is supposed to be the bold promise. And then what it was, it will tell me what the legal names are. Helvitiker, space bold. Of course, that's what I meant. And then Helvitiker regular. I think this is regular. And then we don't need this. And that's my Windows Defender telling me that it has something to say, and when I click in, it'll be like, you don't have any things. Okay, so what this does for me now is basically when all the promises are complete, then it'll run this, which they're complete, so they'll be immediate. And then it sets the font list to that. I think that's gonna work. It doesn't. It's gonna work. I can't be 1,000%. I'm like 999 out of 1,000 sure that is going to work. Technically, the way like the async, the way there's like a promises are pushed to the end of the there's a Java the way the code is executed, thens get pushed to the back. But so it is possible that this sync, well, okay, we'll know. We'll be able to tell. Actually, it should be obvious if this, because this could actually fire before these, and we'll find out. I don't know. It just depends on the way it. I could imagine it possibly working, although that's funny. That went to bold. Oh, so it did not work. Promise all. And that is because this code executed after this code, even though these were already resolved. So maybe I should move adding this. Yeah, so, okay, here's what I'm going to try next. I'm going to move this. I'm going to add them to the array inside of the resolution. So that happens before it's resolved. So I think this was the bold one, right? Yeah. And then this is the non-bold one. And then, so now before it resolves, as part of the resolution process, it will get. And so only when those two will it have resolved will it then, and before they resolve, this happens. Let's see if that works. I don't really work with promises every day, so it is a bit funny. No, it still didn't work. So I should have quit when I was ahead. Because this is still 0 when this happens, even though this code I'm just actually curious. Adding bold. Bold. This font list. Okay, and there. Hug. Oh. Let's go ahead and Control Shift I. Look at our console. Oh yeah, see, all executed before adding regular and adding bold did. This resolved before all of these resolved. Font item. Oh, that's because the font list has to already exist. The font list is empty. It's passed in an empty array. So, all right. Let's see. I think what I need to do here is go back. Go back. That was actually pretty interesting to me. It's kind of why I do this stuff. Man, gotta go way back. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, oh, I still gotta go back farther. So the reason, I don't know if you caught this, but the reason it happened was because I passed an empty array because the font list was just an empty array. So what I have to do, I think, this is all I can think of, is to make this optional, which I can't remember exactly how to do that at the moment. I think there's like a question mark or something. Let's see. I could have sworn I had the forms that were optional. Interface. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't I have those forms? Oh yeah, so I put the question mark after it. I just couldn't see it. Make this. Now that's going to make the code that I'll have to like only execute it. I'll have to write extra code to deal with that. But now what I'm going to do is, so that's good enough for this piece. But then what I have to do is over here, I'll update the forms is equal to what? how do I get that? Oh, okay. Oh, I know. I remember. So down here, okay, so man, I was gonna do a quick one, and I should have called it at the 2 minute mark when everything worked. Um, silly, silly, silly. Okay, that's not it. Next one. Okay. Okay, can I do that in the constructor, I wonder? No. Okay, so what I'll have to do is this. Basically, kind of like what I did before. Dot then. Okay. So, I think what I want to do is now at this point find this one. So and I'm just going to say FI, which is this is a font interface. And for FI is for font item, and then oh man, I hate this. I don't like this. FI dot name is equal to okay, so basically it's going to find the one that's Helvitiker. I don't know if it's going to let me just then update that one. Okay, so font item equals let const. Okay, so this font item, and then I'm just going to update the font item dot font is equal to font. Okay. So it's not really going to be undefined because literally just put it in there. But TypeScript is saying, hey, technically you might not find something. I do not have to put parentheses around that, but I will. So basically I'm saying, hey, give me a reference to the font item that's in that list, and go ahead and update it. So it's pointing to this exact same one. And then basically do the same thing for Helvetiker bold. There's got to be a better way to do this, but for the moment, I'm going to stick with this. And then okay, that should make everybody happy. Add mesh, show edit form. I'm going to look up. It's going to be like 25 minutes. I'm going to be it's still bold. No? Oh, it's just thick. No. What? All right. Oh, I think I still have some console logs. Don't I? No, I don't. Okay, so um, okay, console.log item, comma, mesh item. All right, add mesh, show edit form, text. Okay, so what we want to see is what is the font on this. Okay, it's Helvitiker, right? So, and I don't think it is actually showing Helvitiker right now. So let's go ahead and debug through that. We'll just go right here and reload, add mesh. Text. Font is Helvitiker. That is right. And so I wonder, okay, type is font, data. No, I doubt they have, no, family name is Helvitiker and font weight is normal. Okay. So that's right. Now I'll change it to Helvitiker. Or maybe it's because maybe you can't really distinguish with. Yeah, I bet you. Helvitiker bold. So it should. Oh, okay. So actually, I was fine. The problem was just with when it's got that thick um, height, that thickness, you can't really tell the difference between Helvitiker and Helvitiker Gold. So, anyways, let's see what I did to myself here. 22. I'm sorry, guys. That was 20 minutes longer. I thought it was gonna be really quick. So again, um, basically, promises are weird. You know, when you try to work with them, the timing. There's an async JavaScript async cycle, and basically anything that is on promise gets pushed sort of toward to the end of that cycle. So when we were looking at the code up here at the top, what was happening was I had this code that was running, but it was waiting for the promise to resolve, but the promise was already resolved, but it didn't matter. It always pushes that to the end. Any promised resolutions to the end, and then it executed even though the promises were already resolved, it still executed the publish event. So like a really cheap, easy hack would have been to do like a set timeout of 0 seconds, because what that does is that pushes the next line of code. It pushes the line of code that you pass in there to the beginning of the next one. That would have fixed it. This is pretty hacky too. You know, this fix here. This I think will be fairly easy to like put into a for loop that just loops across all of them and handles them appropriately. That should be pretty simple. So there's a lot of cleanup potential opportunities on this, but it's working, and that's where we're at the moment. I'm very sorry it took so long. I'm trying to make these faster. I should have stopped at the 3-minute mark. But anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.